BassResinator here. It's coasting through the week, y'all. And I'm going to try something kind of fun, I think. Brand new mold. I got it from Let's Resin. This comes as a set of 3 shapes. There's the Octagons. There's 4 of them, and these are large. They're also very deep, almost an inch deep. And then there's circles, and then there are squares. So that whole set, all of these things I'm going to be using. I got to put that in the. Got to put those in my description. And I'm going to be doing. Everybody's been trying it. Waterbeads. And I've played around with it, with them, with a modicum of success. I found out that I have different sized ones. Look at this. I was playing around with the beads, and I put some in, and after 15 minutes, I pulled them out. Little tiny ones. They're about 2 millimeters in size. And that was 15 minutes, and then a half an hour later, and they're about 5 millimeters. And then a couple hours later, and they're about 10 millimeters. So I'm going to use the 10s just because I have found they are so much easier to get out. And I'm going to experiment. This is all the fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to be using Promise Epoxy 1 hour resin. And then I'm also going to be using, or 1 hour curing resin. Yeah, it completely cured in 1 hour. So I can do this. Then I'm going to use some chameleon powders after I get the things out. And then I'm going to put in Let's Resin black. It's colored resin. Don't have to mix any dyes or anything in it. It's already colored. And I will put that to back the whole thing. I'm only going to do 2 of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the resin in, and I'm just going to put, I don't know how much. This says 32. That means each one holds about 8 ounces, right? Yeah. So if I mix up 4 ounces and put 2 ounces in each, that should be a good thing. What I have found by playing around with this, I used UV resin down at the bottom. If I don't have a clear layer of resin down cured before I do it, I had problems because then these beads sank all the way through and then left little potholes on the surface, and that's not good. So then I did another one, and I did a cured layer, and then I put the next layer with UV resin and put the beads in there. Came out nice. What I'm going to try here, because this resin cures so fast, I'm going to put it in here, and I'm just going to let it sit for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to put in, I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes. And I don't want to go too early, because if I go too early, then they're going to sink all the way through, and I don't want that to happen. You know what? From the minute I start stirring up the resin, I'm going to go 30 minutes, exactly. Then I'm going to put in the water beads on top. They should sink down, but not all the way, because it's already going to be curing. So yeah, this is let's hope it does. Let's hope it works. And if it works, it's going to be an amazing thing. Timing the resin to where it's thick enough to where they won't sink all the way through, but not so thick that they won't leave the indentions that you want with them. So let me get the resin started, and then I will start my timer on my computer, and when it goes off, then I will come back and put the beads in there. Okay, be right back. Just to show you how fast this cures, I mixed it 7 minutes ago. Well, I mean, I started mixing, and it's already at 90 degrees. So it's starting to go. So I'm going to pour. Now, this cup supposedly holds 9 ounces. So I think my scales were sitting on something so that it skewed the weight, so I may end up having to do three. Have to do three. Depends on how far this goes. No, I'll just do two. And I'll fill them equally. Try to. And then there are a couple bubbles hanging out in those corners. So I will go around with my silicone tool and remove them. It had pretty much degassed. Sitting here for 6 minutes or 7 minutes, sorry. Okay, now there's a bubble there. Come on out. Bubble there. Bubble there. Sometimes you hit a bubble too hard and then they split into a couple bubbles. Come on. Every one of these corners. That is really strange. But it's only in the corner that it's hanging out. It's not hanging out along the edge anywhere else. I say that and then I just saw one. If I get my head in your way, sorry. I've got to get these things before they ruin the project. Because if it starts getting too thick, I won't be able to get them out. They'll start to come up and then they'll just sit there and look ugly. Ugly. We can't have that. Now, I'll go over it with my long-handled lighter, and in 20 more minutes, we'll come back and put on the water beads. So, I'll see you soon. It's been 27 minutes, and I want you to see this. There is some surface tension, and it's holding. It's what I would call soft peaks if you're into baking or baking. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the clock, and I'll be right back and put in the beads. Okay, now to try and get these without them rolling and bouncing all over the place. These things have some serious bounce in them. Get a little plastic cup over here. Now they are sinking a little bit, which is good. That's what I wanted. I just don't want them to go all the way down. That's a goodly number. Actually, maybe one right there. A couple right here. Come on, get out there. Okay. these are some of the craziest things I've ever seen. About a year ago, Julie Cutts was doing arrangements for a wedding or something, and she used these. She didn't use them with resin. Now she has since then, but you get them. You put the little seed. I'll call them a seed, for lack of a better word. And I think that's good right there. You put them in water and they start absorbing it, and they just grow and grow and grow. And as long as they got moisture in them, they stay like this. Well, she was using them to suspend objects, and these become totally transparent when in the water. And so it was an illusion that there were things floating in these big jars that she was doing. They were really cool looking, and I thought, man, that's kind of cool. And then I don't know who started it, but there's a lot of resin artists messing around with these now. Me too, just because I had to. I just don't want them going all the way down. But there is surface tension on this resin, and they're still floating, which is good. That's what I'm needing now. That's what I'm wanting. Okay, I said I was going to stop. I need to stop. Now, I'll let that cure for another 30 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and pop those out. And I don't, other people save them. I don't know what happens. I don't know if they're still good, but I throw them away. I mean, I got this bag of about 2 pounds of these little tiny things. I used very little to create massive amounts of these things, so I'm not too worried about chunking them, because I don't know how safe they are if you use them more than once. So I'm just playing the safe side. So okay, I'll come back in about a half an hour or maybe 45 minutes. See ya. Okay, this cured up pretty well. Boom, look at those little things. They just pop out of there. Try and keep them all in one area. So this looks like it worked. They did not sink all the way to the bottom. So if you can time your resin, then you can do pretty well, is what I'm thinking. Man, these things just bounce. Okay, I see where that one went down there. And I'm not pushing on them very hard. I'm just barely giving a little bit of pressure. Oh, that one popped. Ah. See, and I don't know how many times these things, if you use them over, if they will stay like this or if they'll pop like that one did, because they lose their elasticity or whatever it is they lose. Another one popped right there. There's another one that's popped. Okay, let me loosen these up over on this side. Then I'll take them to the trash can. Whee! Get rid of them. And I've already mixed up the black, so I just make sure I don't take too much time doing this and dusting them, because I don't want that to cure on me. Now I put the scales on a different thing, and sure enough, 4 ounces. There's one that popped. There's another one that popped. And that one popped. There's another one popped. There's another one popped. It's crazy how some lose their ability to just bounce out like that. And I don't know if that means they were already starting to shrink back to their original size because they've been out of water for long enough. Don't know. Okay, I'll take this over to the trash can. I'll be right back. Okay, I have gotten them all out. Now I'm going to come in with gold Intense Chameleon powder from Let's Resin's Intense Chameleon powder. And I want to go in. In the center with the gold on this one, and around the outside on this one. Just going to do 2 colors. Okay, that is the gold, and then with this I'm going to come back with Intense Blue. I think blue and gold will go really well together. We'll see, won't we? Which one, if these come out like I hope they will, and I'm assuming they will, which one are you thinking you're going to like the most? Gold center or gold around the outside? Or shall we say it the other way? Blue center or blue around the outside? Well, there's another one of those ones that had popped. I thought I'd gotten all of them out. There's another one. Look at that. Well, they come out a lot easier when they get mica powder on them. These holes, those water beads sank down in pretty deep, but they did not make it to the bottom, which is kind of cool. But these go down anyways. So getting down into where I can brush all the edges of them, it's kind of a chore here. Let me go up on the walls. Don't know how far up on the walls the resin's going to go, but might as well make sure that the sides are pretty too, huh? Those are nice and gold. Now these got to be this color blue. It reminds me of really good blueberries. Working on this, I was like, I'm craving blueberries now. Okay, one more time over to the trash can, just to let the, and I'm not gonna push very hard, but let the excess get off. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, now let's try and divvy this up. Just make sure both of them have all the holes filled. I can always mix up a little bit more. In fact, I think I'm going to have to. Yep. Okay, I'll mix up some more, and I'll come back to you when it's time to unmold, because you're seeing what I'm doing, so it's not that hard to figure it out. So I'll see you tomorrow. These are all cured up. Look at all that extra powder that I did not get off. I didn't want to dump it too hard and end up breaking the seal. So let's pull these out, huh? Oh, I got it thick. I have to clean that mold out, because the walls where I dusted them all the way up to the top. Okay, this is the one that was on the left. Gold in the middle and blue around the outside. Oh, that is so cool looking. And this one's going to be blue in the middle with gold around. Yeah. Those are cool. And very thick. Look at that. It's a little over ½ an inch. I didn't fill it all the way to the top, but that's quite a bit. You know, I think that one, yep, that was one of the ones that popped and I didn't get all of it out. Well, that's what a water bead looks like when it's stuck in the resin. There was a one there, had a little bit left. Thought I got them all out, but for the most part I did. But when they pop on you like that, oh, there's another one. Look at that. There's hardly anything you can do. But anyway, water beads. Water beads make me feel fine. These look fine, and I am happy. Yeah. I'm going to take them out in the sun so you can get the real effect of that intense chameleon. I mean, you can see it here, but I think it's going to be even more dramatic outside in the sun. Okay. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you're not, consider it. Join the over 2,000 that are subscribing now. Don't know if this video is going to come out in time. Yes, it will. On the 22nd of April, I am going to have a giveaway. And I did a video and I posted it on the 11th, April 11th, talking about what you need to do if you want to be part of the giveaway for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So, yeah, if you are interested in participating, go check that video out. You get to see my face, which might scare people off, but you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. If I thank you for being here. If you're not a subscriber, consider joining. And then right next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell icon. Click that, and you will be notified anytime I do something new. This is a collaboration with Mary at Resin Me Up, Tammy at Epoxy Me That, and Marva at Marvelous Artsy. And then there's Lula and Well, there's other people involved, but those first three were the ones that started this, coasting through the week. So, yeah, this is a lot of fun, trying out this new viral sensation technique. Look what it looked like from the side. Those were deep. Cool. Okay, stick around. I'm gonna have some stills. We'll see you for the next one. Bye.